It is time for another space adventure, but this time it is not a sci-fi thriller, it is a sci-fi dystopia.
I'm surprised that this isn't a thing that happens more often.
Well, I guess there's Red Rising and Ender's Game, and those are the two that come to mind off the top of my head.
I'd say if you like either of those, then you'd like the Diabolic, or Confusion of Princes, or Shade's Children, pretty much any of those.
The Diabolic takes place in a world where scientific learning is discouraged, if not considered treasonous. Back in human history, after we expanded into the stars, we lost a lot of scientific knowledge when a supernova collapsed and took out a whole bunch of databases.
Since then, a religion worshipping the stars called the Helionics has risen to power. The Helionics believe that the stars didn't want us to have this knowledge, and that it's blasphemous to want to understand the cosmos.
This means that the ruling class, also known as the Grandiloquy, are living their lives in space on technology and ships that are hundreds of years old and are slowly falling apart, and they have zero idea how to repair them.
Even worse, the ships use some sort of wormhole technology that creates voids in space when it malfunctions, and these voids are getting bigger over time, and they're starting to threaten planets where the lower class, called the Excess, live. The Excess wants permission to research this phenomena, but the Empire sees scientific research as a threat to their power.
The story is about Nemesis. The book's titled Diabolic.
What is a Diabolic, I hear you ask?
Artificially grown, biologically engineered, violent juggernaut bodyguard meant to love and protect the safety of only one person.
Diabolics were all the rage for a while, but when they started to kill off people who at the slightest hint seemed like they were going to be a threat to their charge, the Empire outlawed them and had all of them destroyed.
Nemesis is the Diabolic of Sidonia, a daughter of the Grandiloquy in the Outer Reaches. Her father has been nicknamed the Great Heretic and is extremely out of favor with the Emperor.
He is one of the Grandiloquy who wants to bring back scientific research, and because of that, the Empire has demanded that Sidonia come to court as a hostage.
Instead, Nemesis decides to go in Sidonia's place, meaning that if she's ever discovered, she will be killed not only as an imposter taking Sidonia's place, but also because she's a Diabolic.
Nemesis is a really cool character. For one thing, she has superhuman strength and agility, which means she can survive certain situations that would have normal people trapped, and for another, her mind is singly focused on protecting Sidonia, so she lacks a moral compass.
Nemesis has no problem just snapping somebody's neck when they get in her way. You never really encounter characters like this in YA, so stomping around with Nemesis is a lot of fun. You catch a bit of her bloodlust.
For one thing, Nemesis is sent completely out of her element. Court is a place where the only way to survive is to be subtle and tricky, but Nemesis lacks the political know-how to do it.
Over the course of the novel, Nemesis obviously softens and learns to understand human emotions better, but she never loses that fierceness and ability to do what needs to be done and damn morality.
We don't see a lot of Sidonia, but what we do see of her I like. She's less physically strong than Nemesis, but she sees Nemesis as a person when most people just see her as a possession.
She also doesn't let Nemesis blindly sacrifice herself, despite how hard Nemesis tries sometimes. She finds ways to rein Nemesis in, and she finds ways to support her even though it sometimes endangers her life.
But I have to say my favorite character is Tyrus. He's the Emperor's mad nephew, and because he's mad, he doesn't have the mental capacity to plot against the Emperor, so he gets chosen as the heir.
Except that, of course, Tyrus is pulling a Hamlet, pretending to be crazy in order to get close to the Emperor and eventually assassinate him.
Tyrus is definitely the wiliest, but he ultimately has the potential to be a better emperor than the current one. He really wants to start moving the government forward again and reinstate scientific learning.
But because he has been pretending to be crazy for so long, he has an uphill battle to prove to his potential allies that he has the capacity to be a good emperor.
You never quite know what to do with Tyrus. Nemesis never fully trusts him, and you have to agree with her. He seems to be the best thing for the Empire and a good person, but it's never proved to us beyond a doubt that this is the case.
I love that about him. It makes you pay attention to him, and it sets up tension throughout the book and into the sequel.
As villains, you have the Emperor, but you also have his mother, Sugenna, who is the real power behind the throne, and craftier than anyone else. She's a pretty great villain because she can't seize control of power herself. She has to work through other people.
She is a mother without the obligatory motherly feelings. She loves power a lot more than she loves her children, and she's killed off a lot of them.
She would probably make a pretty ruthless ruler, whether she was working through someone else or if she actually sat on the throne.
She's like Littlefinger and Cersei if they were one person and Cersei was actually trying to kill off her children.
The three things that really stand out about the Diabolic are the characters, the world building, and the political intrigue.
That's pretty much the whole book, by the way.
The world is so twisted and I love it. You've got people who are altering their appearance so much that they need to have signature features so people can recognize them. Old people are young forever, worshipping the stars for no apparent reason. It shows its sci-fi theme so well and it uses all its tropes to its best advantage.
The Diabolic also breaks a lot of YA cliches, but it doesn't throw the fact that it broke those cliches in your face like something like Red Queen does. And everybody is out for themselves enough that you get a whole bunch of great political twists and turns.
The plot doesn't drag either, and it doesn't feel rushed. It gives everything the perfect amount of time.
We're also not given easy answers either. Some things aren't answered at the end of the book, leaving room for a potential rest of the series. And if that's the case, then you're gonna really want to read on.
So all in all, The Diabolic is a great read and a story for everyone, either if you love dystopias or if you're one of those people who run away screaming when they see another dystopia book.
It's fun, it's engaging, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading more from this author. So if you have a chance to pick up this book, go for it.